Hey, how's it going? You want to create some awesome backgrounds using nothing but paper? We can create an image like this. I'm going to break it all down. I'm going to show you how you can do this and so much more by simply using some paper and some Bristol board. Let's get into it. Well, we jump to the studio so we can get into this world of paper and make some awesome backgrounds. If you're new to the channel, my name's Michael, and this is all about photography and videography, and I show you how-tos. That's basically what this channel is about. Anyways, if you're new, subscribe so you're aware when I post new content like this. But let's now get into this. I've kind of messed this up a bit because I've already taken the photos. I always tend to do that. But we simply used Bristol board and construction paper. I decided to do a beach scene because my product, what is it? Sunscreen. So I'm using sunscreen. What better place to use the sunscreen than at the beach? So I created a beach scene. My sand is simply kind of wrapping paper. It's just a brown wrapping paper you get from the dollar store. It was a couple of bucks. Tip to that, it's brown. I didn't really want brown sand, so I warmed it up a bit in Photoshop. Just a bit of color shifting, easy to do. My water is Bristol board. You can get this stuff. It's like $1, $1.25 at the dollar store. I bought blue, bought white, put the two together even. Simply cut the shape I wanted. Then I just give a little separation like thus. The white being the white water of the wave, the blue being the normal water. And created some kind of rippling to it like you see on the beach. Hopefully that portrayed within the image. Now, my towel, I had to figure out how I was going to do that. I took a piece of orange construction paper, I scrunched it up, I straightened it back out, and you can see all that wrinkling and everything else going on with it, which worked out perfect for my towel for that to lay on. Now, this was a great find at the dollar store. Check these out. Look at that. These are drinking straws, but they look like bamboo. So I made a raft, air mattress, to put within my waves. It is perfect. Now, I could have created a pillow, and actually I probably should have, because see the taper on this? It doesn't lay flat, it wants to tip back. I need it flat in the photo. So what I did is I used a makeup sponge underneath and then put it like that, and then that made my product flat. But because we're on the air mattress, I could have actually made a pillow and had it sit underneath and had it poking out. Would have looked cool. Didn't think of that till kind of was doing this video. But yeah, now I did the same thing for the air mattress one as I did on the towel. Used a wedge. Now, my umbrella was from a drink. It's small. Here's the top-down view of this so you can kind of get an idea of the set. I think that looks pretty good without the product in. But my umbrella's small. I'm going to put a link to a video I did down below on how to do step and repeats, and I showed the technique of doing this. But basically what I did is I did the same thing on that umbrella. I cut the umbrella out, created a new layer, then I can adjust it by increasing or decreasing the size. So small umbrella, I needed a big one. I made it bigger and cleaned it up. I think it looks way better, a bit bigger than the tiny little thing that it is now. Now my lighting, I decided to go with a 36 by 24 inch softbox. Directional though, because it's a bit behind and to the side. So I wanted some shadowing on this side. I didn't want to do a hard 12 noon daylight look. I wanted a touch softer just to make the product look its best. I bounced some light back in using a simple little reflector here, and that's the size, 11 by 16, and I simply put it on set here, bouncing some of this light back in. The closer this is to the product or the set, the more it'll fill in those shadows and soften it. I've got it fairly back because I didn't want to totally soften them out. I did want that more directional. Here's the finished photo, and you can see what I mean. I think the finished photo, in my opinion, looks awesome. Let me know what you think down below. But that's basically it for the setup. I didn't do much else. Honestly, it doesn't matter what camera you're using. So my settings in here, I get a lot of people asking me the camera settings that I use. It doesn't really matter because my studio is different than your studio. My wall color, ceiling height, all that bounces light around more because it's a small studio with a low ceiling. My settings, irrelevant. That is my basic setup. Now, some other ideas you can do. How about a lawn? Maybe do a bit of a picnic, flower beds, forested scenes. How about a swimming pool? There's so many different things that you can create with your little cutouts. And I even made like little fake shells and little starfish. Now the only thing I ran into with this, they're small. So it's very finicky, very hard to do because they're small little sets. You're almost making like a little diorama. But that's it. That's how simple this was to do. You can create a few images out of it. I used a boom arm across, so I was flat when I took my image. That way I had a nice top down on it. You can also shoot on that bit of an angle if said needed. But yeah, that's it for this one. I don't want to babble too much. That tends to happen at times. But that's it. If you have any questions or comments on this, or you have other ideas of videos you would like to see, put it down below. I'll get back to you and I will answer your questions. So that's it for this one. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're aware when I post new videos like this. If you enjoyed this quick little video, give it a thumbs up. So until the next time.